What's up, Candy Lickers? Pleased to meet you. Nice to know me. What you doing? You're listening to another edition of Casio's Cut with Rocket 95.1, and I am joined by Happy Corbin in the house today. He is Battle Royal winner, U.S. champ, Money in the Bank winner, King of the Ring, and now he's just straight up happy. What's up, my man?
I'm living the good life, man. Living the good life.
You are living the good life. We're excited.
It's cold here in Florida right now, so that's not so fun. But what can you do?
Yeah, it's cold everywhere. We got to deal with it. I got limited time. I know you're very busy, so we got to get to some stuff, man.
Let's do it.
One, what watch you got on today?
Dude, it's early. I haven't put one on yet. I know. I knew it. I should have put one on this morning. I was like, dude. And I looked at it and I was like, all right, I only have my 2 paddocks out because I'm taking the Kansas City with me for the Rumble. But I just told who put us together on this call. I said, well, I'm on Zoom. I got to close out the Rolex forum that I've been looking at. I'm trying to find a 1984 Rolex. So
80 all gold or what?
No, stainless. I want the Coke, the fat lady.
Oh yeah,
that's the one I want.
All right. Well, that's what I want to get to. I want to get to if somebody wants to have the Corbin starter pack. All right, I got 4 things.
Okay.
They want to be like Happy Corbin. Okay. So one, we need a starter watch. So if somebody wants to get in the watch game, what do you suggest they get just to get started and get hooked?
All right. That's such a hard question because it all comes down to price point, like how you want to drop 10 grand, you want to drop 15, you want to drop 3, like starter game. I always tell people who are wanting to kind of dip their feet in to go with like a Tudor because it's, Rolex family. It's a great watch. It's affordable. It will last you forever. But if you got it, man, get you a no-date sub. Start it out right. Get you a classic black no-date sub. That's the move.
I thought you were going to start us off with a Heblo or something.
Nah. I actually don't even own one. I've got Omegas, Panerais. Panerais is another good starter, but I got Omegas, Panerais, Paddocks, Rolexes. I got a Cuervo y Sobrino.
I lean Casio because that's my name, but
it's great though.
You gotta have a good Rollie in the starter pack.
All Absolutely.
Right. So we're gonna.
Are you wearing a rose gold one?
No.
I love that one. I got the brand new, the 41 millimeter of that. Ooh. I love that watch.
Big boy. All right, so we're gonna start with a Tudor. I think that's a good starter watch.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
All right. Now we need a bourbon to go with it. What bourbon are we? If somebody wants to get in the bourbon game, what should they start with?
We're jumping in the bourbon game. Single barrel 4 Roses is one I like to gift a lot of people, just because I think you can find it anywhere. Number one, like it's not, you're not having to search every liquor store in town for it. You can find 4 Roses single barrel. It is good. It's got the great bourbon profile, a little bit of that vanilla, a little caramel. Like it's a good easy drink and it's a good starter bourbon.
All right, so we got the 4 Roses, we got the Tudor watch. Now, of course, we got to get into the smoking meats game. What meat are we going? What should we perfect first if we're going to get into smoking meats?
You got to dive in deep. I think you got to go for a brisket right out of the door.
Brisket out of the gate?
Yeah, dude. It's like you just got to swing for the fences.
You know what scares me about the brisket though? I feel like it's taking too long. I know it's not, but I get panicked.
It takes forever. Like the pork butts do that to me. Pork butts, I'm like, yo, I thought this was going to be 6 hours. I'm like, I'm 10 hours in. Like, come on, dude. My family's like, we're hungry, man. I'm like, sorry, I planned for 6 hours. I do this every single time.
So go brisket, slow and low.
Brisket or ribs. I'll give you ribs if you want to kind of go with the easy pass. You can find some easy videos on YouTube and do some ribs. But brisket, man, if you can nail a brisket, you've got it. Barbecue under your belt because it's tough. It is hard to do.
All right, and then last but not least, we got the brisket on. We broke out the 4 Roses. We're looking good in our timepiece. We need tunes. Give us a tune. What's a good grilling tune? What do you like to grill to?
Man, I have got like this weird folky music. I like my Ian No, my Cody Jinks, like.
Oh yeah.
That kind of stuff is where I'm at right now. It's just mellow. It's got the guitar. They can sing. What's his name? I'm drawing a blank here.
Waddy Morgan Wade.
Oh, Morgan, dude. There we go. There we go.
But you're a rock guy too.
Huge
the rock just guy. Not the good mental aspect for grilling?
Tyler Childers, like you listen to that, like that gritty, Southern raspiness to that man's voice.
Sure.
Like, dude, sipping bourbon and just watching your smoker go, you fire up a cigar, dude, we're in heaven.
We are in heaven. All right. We got the ignorant gentleman starter pack ready to go. We're in the game now, dude.
What's
We're
that?
in the game. You were in the game.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you for getting us in the game. Now let's talk a little bit of wrestling.
All right.
So we got a lot of stuff. One, talk about this. Let's go early on. Transition football to wrestling. I know you've got to take Golden Gloves with you into wrestling, but do you take anything from football into wrestling?
Absolutely, dude. Running people over, just flat out running them over. Like, that's what I was an offensive lineman. I was just an animal, head down, eyes closed. I was 330 pounds, and I was just trying to run people over and step on them on my way by. It's one of those things. And then the footwork, you want to get into the technical aspect. A lot of the footwork was the same for me. Obviously you don't be tripping over yourself looking like a big idiot.
Good base. Yeah.
But you just bring the physicality, just running people over like they're not there.
Okay. Okay. Well, look, I'm a Colts fan, so I was hoping you made it, man. I needed you.
I know. It was funny when I got there. I realized the mentality I played football and the style they played were not a good mesh. It was a great place to be and made buddies with Pat. But I was, like I said, I was a head down, eyes closed, physical player. I was trying to fight you, bite you, kick you, whatever it was. And they are very protect Peyton at all costs. We're not concerned with running people over. And even the weight room was different. I was going in there trying to bench 450 and they're like, hey, let's back down the weight. We'll use this machine. It's a little safer. And I'm going, where am I? It's
safer.
But it was. They have like these air machines where you like press up and then it like kind of comes down to you. So it takes some stress off your shoulders. And like I said, I was a big offensive lineman. I just wanted to put as much weight on there and make it a violent movement.
You brought up Pat. In case people don't know, you're friends with Pat McAfee, who of course was
depends on the day. Depends on the day.
When I want to know this, you've been friends for a long time. So when did it start to creep in, dude? We need to get you at the announcer's desk, because I was worried at first. I love Pat, love him on his show. He's always been fantastic. And then you're like, wait a minute, I know he's a wrestling fan, but it takes more skill than people realize to get on that mic and describe a match to everybody. And he has done it, I think, almost too easy.
Yeah, he's just he's a special kid. He really is. As much as I hate to make him sound cool, he's extremely talented at everything he does, and he just has this infectious personality, man. He is, likable. He's a goofball. He's funny, but you can also take him very serious because he's very smart. He's been successful in every venture that he's done, from football to comedy to announcing to getting in the ring. His match with Adam Cole was awesome.
Fantastic.
He is just a talented individual. He's not as good as golf. We used to play golf every day when we were in Indy. He's not that good at golf. I think that's his one flaw, like his Achilles heel. He thinks he is, but he's not.
What's your
he stepped in and he makes people buy into what he's saying. He is emotionally invested because he loves it. Anybody, if you hated doing this right here, it would be like pulling teeth for you, every day. But he loves it. And he's loved it for a long time. When we were in Indy together, we were like, hey, if we get locked out, because it was before the lockout happened and we knew it could possibly come. We're like, if we get locked out, dude, let's go to wrestling school. Let's at the time OVW was still doing some stuff there, and it wasn't far away from Indy. So we're like, let's just drive down there. We'll enroll. We'll make our move to wrestling. And he had a long, great career in football, and I did not. So I made the move alone.
When did you know that him coming aboard though was going to be on the pipe? Was that a whisper like, hey man, do you want to do this? Did they kind of use you as a back channel? How did this come down?
It was funny. I don't know how he really got connected into it. But over the years, every year, he would message me like, hey, I'm proud of you. Like, you're doing awesome. I'm like, dude, you got to get here some way or another, be a part of it. And like, we always talked about it. And then it just happened. I'm not quite sure. Maybe Cole just found him and found access to him and talked to him. And, then they brought him in. I know he came to a few shows and that kind of thing. And, he had too much to drink one night and bought a wrestling ring, and it just showed up at his house. And they're like, hey, we have a delivery for you. And he's like, well, what is it? And they're like, I don't know. It's in this semi. And he's like, I think you have the wrong address. And they're like, is this Pat McAfee. It had a longer name on it with an inappropriate word. And he's like, oh no, that's my drunk order name. So he had bought a wrestling ring after too much to drink. And so he kind of got in that way, man. It's funny.
That's amazing. All right, let's talk about a little bit about your wrestling. I know you're very busy. Excited to see you coming to Huntsville March 20th. We'll be in attendance, and tickets are available now, so everybody can grab that. But that's the road to WrestleMania. You've got so much under your belt. Not to toot my own horn, but I tweeted, I don't know, months or so ago. I feel like already your career is underrated where it's at. And I think when it's all said and done, we're going to look back and realize how incredible your career is, and you have a ton ahead of you. But that being said, U.S. champ, King of the Ring, Money in the Bank, all that. And I know the goal is, Universal champ with the longest reign ever, like Roman. But
right,
what is your goals that you want to still accomplish? I mean, there's tons to accomplish, but what is on your deck?
There really is, and I think like an offensive lineman, I'll go back to football. They always get the blame, never the credit. Like that's the nature of the beast. And I think for guys like me who have been a career a-hole, if you will, in WWE, you look at the Miz. The Miz's career is super underrated as well. I mean, He has main evented WrestleMania. He's been a world champion, and people forget that because he annoys them so much at what he does. Like he has done some amazing things. And I think for me, I'm on a similar career path probably. And, we may get the accolade someday, we may not. But for me, there are some things I want to accomplish. Like I want to main event a WrestleMania. To get a singles match is extremely difficult at a WrestleMania. And I did that with Kurt Angle. I got to go out and perform with a Hall of Famer, which is amazing. But to close a show, I think would be amazing. I've closed, regular pay-per-views, but to get that Mania stage and have that pyro going off at the end of the night, I think is a special feeling, and it's a special achievement. It's going to the Super Bowl. That's what it is. And, that would be important. And then I want to hold a world title. That's why we're here in the first place. I truly believe that if you're not interested in holding a world title, you shouldn't be here because you're not making what we do better. And so for me, it's to get my hands on Universal or the world title. And that's a staple for everybody. But there are little things like I want to get in the ring with some more Hall of Famers. Like it's such a cool thing to be around guys like that. I want to, have another match with John Cena. He cost me the Money in the Bank. We had a match at SummerSlam. We opened the show, but I would love to do, a 30-minute match with a guy like John Cena. And another accolade that I hold dearly to me is no one's ever kicked out of the end of days. And I'd love to see how long I can make that last. If I can make a whole career out of that, I think it'd be amazing. And that was something I talked about with Taker long time ago in NXT when he came down. He took pride in his finish, and when someone finally kicked out of it, it was truly like a oh my God moment. Like it had that special thing, and I want to hold mine to that level as well. That's just something that's important to me, not to throw things away and make everything we do mean something. So those are some of my goals. And then, you want to step to bat in the ring with Roman right now. He's on fire right now, but who can step in the ring and people go, this guy's got a chance. Like this guy can take the strap off him. So that would be a cool thing for me, is to just be looked at as I can beat anyone at any time.
Well, man, I appreciate the time. I think it's all going to happen to you. You're working hard. It's very well deserved, and I look forward to see what's happening. Look forward to see you in Huntsville when you roll through, my man. I'm glad you're happy these days.
Hey, Zach Corbin was pretty funny, man. It was
great.
That was a trip. So I appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
See you, man.